Hi everybody, I'm back. I know I should be in front of the Christmas tree today, but we had a minor snafu. For those of you that don't know, we moved about 3 months ago, and apparently I felt the need to have the movers put all my Christmas tubs in the storage unit. After a quick run up to the storage unit, I realized that I've misplaced the keys. So I thought something fun to do for the weekend is maybe to do a swag. I know there's a million different wreaths out there. I'm a big fan of swags. I like to call them bell pulls. A real easy way to make a swag is just to buy one of those garlands I showed you from Hobby Lobby, and you can cut it in half, make your own hanger. This one I actually bought, but they're just really fun. They're nice if you have taller doors too. You can make them longer. You can fill them out, add additional greenery. So let's get started. I like the different textures, so I'm going to add in these are just a beautiful sprig, and I like the colors in them. They're just kind of glistening and light. So when you want to beef up one of these swags, you just take the stem and go through there, and then you're going to want to attach it. Ideally these would be green, but since I'm improvising today and don't have all my things, we're going to use white pipe cleaners. And you're just going to attach it to the main stem. And once I twist it, I leave those tails open so you can add something additional to that. I think I'll put another one in here. Again, it's just like the tree. You want to make sure you're fluffing them. That is what makes everything so pretty. So this one, you're just going to find an opening and feed it down through. You could use the same twisty that you just used to attach the other. And you're just going to get behind these pine cones like that to make it kind of become one with the swag. And then if you're lucky enough, I'm using those same twisties from the other. And then you just kind of want to work it in. You want to get some of these branches mixed in with the green branches that are on your twisting, so it doesn't look like it's just laying on top. So after a quick little couture, as we like to call it, you get that one worked in. So there you've already got that going. This one down here, you can pull under this pine cone, get this branch out. And quickly you can see all of a sudden it starts looking like it's part of the swag. So that just gives you a fuller feel for it. Then, I'm a big advocate of different greens as well. I just grabbed one I had. And again, I'm just going to feed it up the center. I still have some tails on that one pipe cleaner. I'm just going to add that right there, if I can grab that pipe cleaner, and twist that one in. So there you go. This will move back here when we get ribbons, and we're going to add some bells. You'll quickly see how that just kind of gives a nice feel with the different textures. So another thing, I love ribbon. I picked this up yesterday at Hobby Lobby. I like using different widths of ribbon. I think that's what makes it really pretty. These were just two fun ones that were new. These were 75% off, so they were just a couple dollars a bolt. As you can see, they just hang pretty together. And with this lighter greenery in there, it just really gives a pretty look. So, for those of you that don't like to make bows, this is a super easy trick. Number one, always make sure you cut your tails. That's just the finished look. If you like that, on smaller ribbons, I tend to do a V. I think that's a pretty finish. So I start with the bigger ribbon, and you're just going to take this, come out about 12 inches. You're going to make a loop underneath, and then you're just going to turn the ribbon and make another loop. Now I go ahead and leave it attached to the spool so you can feed it in as long as you'd like. That way you don't have a tail cut and you're dealing with a short ribbon. So I'm going to come up here. I like to go clear back to the base so that the ribbon is really tight. Back there isn't easy to do sideways. So once I attach it to the main stem, you have this pretty tail that you can stick out. You can work these up like this. If you want to create another bow, it's really easy at this point. You just put your hand under, because you never want ribbon flat. You want it to come up like this. And so you can actually attach this, if you can see, to one of the sprigs of the greenery and just pull it around like that, and you've created another tail. Then maybe you're going to come down. Again, you're going to bring it out like this to get this pretty arch. Attach it here. Now at this point, I would grab a pipe cleaner, just twist it tightly so that the ribbon is bound tightly, and then maybe bring it down to this lower branch here. And attach that in there. Now at this point, you can decide the length of ribbon that you want, and you can cut it. So I'm just going to go down here between the words. A fun thing to do is just to take the ribbon and wrap it like this. Make sure you cut a pretty end. These are wired ribbons, and that's really the only kind of ribbon I like to work with. So there's part of that right now. Now, you can add different things in. I've got a couple bells here. I think a bell would be really pretty. I'm going to put it in here. I've got some balls, but before I get that, I'd like to go back and use the smaller ribbon. So again, I've cut a V in the front, come down about 12 inches, make a loop. Some of the ribbons you can't even tell the good side from the bad side, but you want to make sure you twist that. So you're just twisting it clockwise, making another loop, and then since it's a small ribbon, I would go ahead and make a third loop and maybe make your last loop just a little smaller than the other two. And again, I would leave this attached to the bolt. You're going to grab a pipe cleaner, twist this tight. I've got my little assistants always here with me. And then I'm going to bring this one in somewhere in the middle, somewhere around here, let's say. And again, you want to get it as far back as you can, because the bows pulled tight to the back are much prettier than laying on the top of the greenery. It gives you that depth and projection, just like fluffing the tree. So you can pull this out like that. You can take your tail, come up here. You're going to hit some of those ribbons, so you have to refluff like that. I like to turn them so you have that. Now here again, you can just grab this. Maybe you want to come to this side over here. So just attach it, pinch it up, take the sprig, wrap it around, bring it back. So easy. Again, you're attached so you can determine the length you'd like this to be. Maybe this one you want to come over here, or maybe you want to come down like this. I kind of like it over here. So at this point, I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. Again, ideally green would be best. The color of your base, or brown. White is not ideal. And then I'm just going to take this one and come back to the main branch. You can go back through on the back and cut these shorter if you don't use them, but at this point you want to leave them. And then just arch that out. So see, it's already starting to get a really pretty fullness to it. Now, for really fun things, these are some great bells I picked up last year. I've got a dozen of them. They're kind of an old-fashioned cowbell, but this has got this on it. But honestly, something this big is really hard to tie onto the wreath. So ideally, if it's long like this, you could make a knot, or you can just grab these up. You want to make sure to go between them so it doesn't slide through. And then you're just going to twist this tightly onto the burlap, onto one strand, then bring it to the second strand. That keeps it from sliding through. The biggest mistake people make is they don't tuck stuff in. It's just kind of hanging out here. You want to tuck it back into the wreath. So I'm going to go right here. There's kind of a natural hole between here. I'm going to go right back to here, and I want to get it up there since there's a pine cone. So I am going to finagle this back to the main branch. Sometimes you have to actually have your wreath off like this to be able to get there, which I'm going to have to. not easy to do one-handed with it out. And you're just going to attach those two twisties nice and tight so that your bell is secured. Give it a twist 2 or 3 times. And there you go. Now, if you want it a little taller, which I don't think I do actually, I think that's good. I have one more to attach. I know you're taught for a long time that's better groups of 3, but a lot of times on things like this, 1 is ideal and you can use 2. I could put a second one up in here like that, which I really think is super cute. And I am just going to grab another twisty. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to attach it to the burlap tie right here. Then I'm going to come around both of them so it won't slide through. There's nothing worse than getting something attached and watching it work its way down. And then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go to one of the very main branches of this. And I am going to attach this one as high as I can get it so it's sitting above the other bell. Give it 2 or 3 twists to make sure it's attached good. There we go. So there are my 2 bells with pretty pine cone. Now, I didn't cut this one. So at this point, if you want another tail down here, just grab a very small twist tie, pinch it up, twist it super, super tight. At this point, you're okay to go ahead and cut it. And again, on the smaller ribbons, I really like to cut the V. I think it just makes for a very finished product. Don't mind Miss Maddie. Apparently she wants to be part of the video. Come on, baby girl. And I'm going to attach this one down here so they have just a really fun tail hanging. So this is going to come down like that, twist it, and then again, you just kind of want to roll it around your hand like this and gently pull it off and you get that gorgeous curl. So, as you can see, in 5 minutes, you have a super cute door swag. You could do further things if you want to add balls, all different colors, sizes. I tend to like things really simple. I think they're just elegant. So that's just a fun one. It definitely could go outside. There's nothing on here that it'd be hurt by the weather. It'd also really be pretty inside. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'm sorry I didn't get to do the Christmas tree. I know people will message me. This ribbon is current at Hobby Lobby. They carried this garland still. So if you wanted to get a 6-foot garland, you could cut it in half. You'd have 2 3-foot pieces, so you could make 2 different swags. But it's a lot of fun, and they also make really good gifts. So until I see you next time, thanks. Bye-bye.